It was supposed to be peace. That's what I told myself when I left the city behind. 15 years of noise, sirens, traffic, people arguing through thin apartment walls. I was done with all of it. I wanted silence, real silence, the kind that settles into your bones. So I rented a cabin, miles away from everything. No neighbors, no signal half the time, just trees, wind, and sky. And for a while, it was perfect. Mornings started with bird song, nights ended with nothing but the soft whisper of wind brushing through the trees. I even started recognizing sounds, the snap of twigs from deer, the distant cry of hawks, the quiet shifting of the forest settling into itself. I remember thinking, this is what life is supposed to feel like. Then one night, something changed. It was around 2 a.m. when I woke up. A scraping sound. Not loud, not aggressive, just consistent. Like something dragging slowly along the outside wall of the cabin. I stayed still, listening, trying to make sense of it. After a few minutes, it stopped. I told myself it was an animal, a branch, something normal. Out here, everything sounds bigger than it is, so I went back to sleep. 2 nights later, it came back. Same time, same place. But this time, it lasted longer. Long enough that I got out of bed and checked the back door. Locked. I looked out the window with a flashlight. Nothing. Just darkness and my own reflection staring back at me. The next morning, I checked outside. No tracks, no marks, no sign anything had been there. That should have reassured me. It didn't. Over the next couple of weeks, it kept happening. Not every night, but enough. Sometimes it was scraping, sometimes a soft thud against the wall. Once, it sounded like footsteps moving slowly around the cabin, always between 1 and 3 a.m., always stopping the moment I tried to catch it. I kept telling myself the same thing. It's just the woods. You're not used to it yet. But the sounds started getting closer. One night, it wasn't at the wall anymore. It was at my window. A slow, dragging sound, like fabric brushing lightly against the glass. I turned on every light in the room and looked out. Nothing. No movement, no shape, just black forest staring back at me. The motion light outside hadn't even turned on. That's when sleep stopped being easy. During the day, I could convince myself I was overreacting. At night, I couldn't. I started hearing things I couldn't explain. Gravel shifting outside, a faint creak on the porch, pauses right at the door, like something or someone standing there, waiting. Then came the night that broke everything. I woke up to breathing, slow, controlled, right outside my bedroom window. Not an animal, not erratic, human. I didn't move, didn't breathe, didn't even blink. It just stayed there for what felt like forever. Then it stopped, like it had never been there at all. The next morning, I found the first real proof, a cigarette butt, right beneath my window. Fresh. I knew it hadn't been there before. I'd cleared that area myself when I first moved in. That's when the small details started to hit me. Things slightly out of place. A chair on the porch, not where I left it. Muddy prints near the back step, not quite my size. The wood pile, rearranged. Not messy, just different. Someone had been there, and not just passing through, watching. I called the sheriff. The deputy walked the property, checked the doors, the windows. Everything was locked. He told me it was probably nothing. Maybe hikers, maybe someone looking for shelter. You're pretty isolated out here, he said. That wasn't comforting. That night, I didn't sleep.
I wedged chairs under both doors, left every light on, and waited. At 2:47 a.m., the front door handle turned. Slow, testing. The chair held, then footsteps moving along the side of the cabin to the back door. The handle turned again, careful, patient. The chair scraped, but didn't give. I stood frozen in the middle of the room, holding my phone, barely able to breathe. Then silence. 5 minutes, 10, nothing. And then a new sound. Metal, soft, controlled, deliberate, coming from beneath the house, the crawl space. Someone trying to get in from below. That was it. I didn't wait. I ran, shoved the chair aside, burst out the front door, and sprinted to my car. The motion light flicked on behind me. Nothing. There. Just empty yard, trees, darkness. I didn't stop driving until I hit the main road. I called 911, shaking. They came back with more officers. They searched everything. The crawl space lock had been tampered with. There were more cigarette butts, footprints, not mine, but no one. They never found anyone. I didn't go back that night, or the next. On the third day, I returned with an officer to grab my things. That's when I noticed something I hadn't before. Inside my bedroom closet, behind my clothes, a gap in the wall. Small, but intentional. Boards slightly pulled apart. Enough space for someone to fit, if they were willing to stay still, if they didn't mind waiting. That was the moment I left for good. I didn't take everything, just what I could carry. It's been 3 months now. I live back in town. There's noise again, traffic, people, light, and I sleep better, mostly. But sometimes, when it gets quiet, I think about that cabin, and I wonder, how long had someone been using it before I moved in? How many nights I slept peacefully while someone stood just a few feet away, watching, breathing, waiting.